welcome my friends to another episode of The Days Are Evil. Um, did you ever think that Satan would be outright worshipped in our day today? Did you ever think that you would ever live to see the day when Satan is actually being worshipped as God? I never thought that would be openly seen. But unfortunately, it's not only being seen, it's being glorified. In the past, Satanists and witchcraft and the occult was something that was hidden in the darks, hidden in the shadows. There was no glorifying of this. This was something that was to be done in secret. But now, in today's generation, which I believe is the last generation, the last days generation, we see Satanism being publicly, unashamedly worshipped and promoted. What does the Bible say the condition of the last day will be like? Does it give us any hints to this Satan worship? Well, let's go to Revelation chapter 13. And we'll start at verse 1, speaking of the Antichrist and his master, the dragon, which is Satan. In Revelation 13, it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea." Now this is the sea of humanity. "Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." So we see here that the dragon, which is Satan, gives this beast out of the sea of humanity, the Antichrist, his power. "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast." And check this out. "And they worshipped the dragon." Remember, the dragon is Satan. "They worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast," unto the Antichrist. "And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who was able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth, shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." So basically, the whole world who is not saved will eventually worship the dragon, Satan himself, openly. And we see this already beginning to happen in our day. So what does that tell us? That tells us that men love darkness rather than the light, just as the Bible foretold. Let's watch these clips, my friends. And as always, watch through the lens of Scripture. Maranatha.
Well, I can read to you the prayer that we had scheduled to read. It goes as follows. "Let us stand now, unbowed and unfettered by arcane doctrines born of fearful minds in darkened times. Let us embrace the Luciferian impulse to eat of the tree of knowledge and dissipate our blissful and comforting delusions of old. Let us demand that individuals be judged for their concrete actions, not their fealty to arbitrary social norms and illusory categorizations. Let us reason our solutions with agnosticism in all things, holding fast only to that which is demonstrably true. Let us stand firm against any and all arbitrary authority that threatens the personal sovereignty of one or all. That which will not bend must break, and that which can be destroyed by truth should never be spared its demise. It is done. Hail Satan.
Welcome to senior night at Memorial Stadium.
Let's go, Knights!
Never before have there been so many people sitting in the stands during a Bremerton High School football game. And never before have there been so many cameras, news crews from across Western Washington and across the country, here not to cover the game. Instead, they're here to talk to the coach who's been sidelined by the school district. Joe Kennedy was put on paid leave on Wednesday because of his decision to continue praying after each game, despite district orders to stop. And in the fourth quarter came the arrival of a group from the Satanic Temple of Seattle, who said they showed up at the request of several students and teachers who wanted their beliefs represented as well.
What we're dealing with here is a paradigm shift. This is not just one group of sweaty teens versus another group of sweaty teens. This is a battle between God and Satan. And they are not just playing football on a football field, they are battling on the everlasting astroturf of our soul.
But they left before the end of the game, and before Coach Kennedy knelt down in front of his seat in the bleachers, bowed his head, and prayed.
I'm willing to take this as far as to go to defend the rights of the Constitution, till the end. If it comes back one way or another, I fought the good fight.
Amen!
He can pray to whatever whoosies and whatsies he wants, but at the end of the day, the sweaty teens are still going to play football. They are going to battle. They are going to bulge. They're going to ask whoever they want to prom. Probably Kendra Malkin, because she has a perfectly proportioned body, right?
In the larger than usual crowd at this game, almost everyone expressed support for Kennedy. A few parents seemed frustrated that the controversy is taking attention away from the players on what was supposed to be Bremerton's senior night.
Listen, we're not here to hurt anybody, right? Let them toss around their pigskin of religious oppression. If they want us to leave, we'll go back to Xander's house. Right, Xander?
And Coach Kennedy and his attorneys have said they feel his right to religious freedom is being violated, and so they are moving forward with legal action against the school district. We should also mention, amidst all the off-the-field drama, that Bremerton High School won this football game tonight, which means they are now headed to the playoffs. And Coach Kennedy told me after the game that he has never been more proud of this team.
Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World in Boca Raton, Florida, there is a tradition of placing a menorah and a nativity scene in Sanborn Park. But this year, some supporters of Satan have erected a pentagram with words saying, quote, "In Satan we trust," and "Hail Satan, not gods." This, of course, has prompted outrage, but the Satan thing is not illegal. So we sent Waters to Boca to check out the situation.
The display in one South Florida city has many people feeling disturbed.
Clergy members call it an evil symbol.
Now, the man behind this satanic display is Preston Smith.
When you heard this joker was putting up a satanic symbol next to Christian symbols, how'd that make you feel?
I felt that he was being very hypocritical because he's advocating for freedom from religion in public places, and yet he's using a religious symbol, and a provocative one at that, to make his point.
We're in the public sphere here, and you have the nativity scene.
Along with baby Jesus.
Along with baby Jesus. And literally 20 yards to the left, you have this satanic symbol right here. How does this make you feel?
It's very disappointing. It's too bad. I mean, I believe in everyone having expression and respecting each other's religions, but this is not respecting anyone's religion.
City Councilman, can't you crack down on this ridiculous and offensive symbol?
No, I think we have to recognize that we have constitutional guarantees. Even if it's an offensive attitude, we have to acknowledge it and tolerate it.
How long have you been mayor here?
I've been the mayor for 3 years. I've been on the city council for 15 in total.
Have you ever seen anything like this before in your life?
For 27 years, we've had a menorah and a a creche without incident, and then this guy comes along and puts up this offensive display. We assume that he put it in Boca because he would get more attention.
Christmas is a season of peace and love, and that symbol represents hate and despair. They can put that up any time of the year. That's not a Christmas symbol.
What has been the general consensus among the community about this symbol?
People are just really, really upset about it. They don't understand why the city's allowing it to be there. And again, it's all a First Amendment issue.
I'm not really a guy to believe in certain religions, but when I see something like this, I'm just saying, wow, you know, get the freedom of speech, this is what you get.
As one of the faith leaders in the community, we would like to invite him to our faith traditions and our worship services so that he could experience firsthand the love and grace that has been revealed to us through Jesus Christ.
We'll see if he shows up. Preston, we just wanted to know why you put up that satanic symbol on the public sphere there. Why are you trying to attack Christmas? What do you have against Christmas, Preston?
I have a Christmas symbol in my living room, and you can take this back to your home and put it in yours. It's where it belongs.
Let us stand now, unbowed and unfettered by arcane doctrines, born of fearful minds in darkened times. Let us embrace the Luciferian impulse to eat of the tree of knowledge and dissipate our blissful and comforting delusions of old. Let us demand that individuals be judged for their concrete actions, not their fealty to arbitrary social norms and illusory categorization. Let us reason our solution with agnosticism in all things. Let us demand that individuals be judged for their concrete actions, not their fealty to arbitrary social norms and illusory categorization. Let us reason our solutions with agnosticism in all things, holding fast only to that which is demonstrably true. Let us stand firm against any and all arbitrary authority that threatens the personal sovereignty of one or all. That which will not bend must break, and that which is destroyed by truth should never be spared. Its demise